Hi, I'm Rich with insideHPC. We're here at SE15 in Austin, Texas, and we're here at the Asetek booth. And we have Mr. Steve Branton. How are you doing, sir?
Good, good. Nice to see you again.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while since we talked, so I thought we could catch up. I got a kind of a world tour you have upcoming for us here. What are you showcasing at SE15?
Well, we're really going to talk about three things today. We're going to talk about OEM adoption, and we've got a growing number of OEMs that are supporting our product. We're going to talk a little bit about installations. We've got a growing number of installations, which is important. And finally, we want to talk a little bit about some new technology so we can demonstrate how we're going to keep pace with the market. So I'd like to begin with talking about two OEMs that we've talked about in the past, Cray and Fujitsu. Cray is our first OEM. We have a number of installations with Cray, and here you can see coolers for both Xeons and Xeon Phis, both of which are deployed with Cray systems. And then we talked at ISE about Fujitsu as our newest OEM. They have an installation ongoing, can't quite talk about it yet, but we've already sold systems with them. They're doing dual CPU cooling. And then our newest OEM is Penguin. Penguin is exciting for two reasons. First, this is got a major deployment with NNSA, where they're going to supply systems for 3 years to 3 labs, Sandia, Lawrence Livermore, and Los Alamos lab. And we expect about 100 racks of system to be deployed in 2016 as a result of this contract. So it's a big deal for us. The other interesting thing about Penguin is this is actually an open compute solution. So it gives us open compute access, and as you know, Open Compute Foundation was the group that Facebook put together to try to do a joint sourcing.
That's interesting because they did Open Compute Project to maximize like airflow and things for those big hyperscale centers, but now you're bringing liquid cool to that mix. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, very exciting, very exciting. Okay. And very much an HPC machine, not a Facebook type machine. This is Ciara. Ciara specializes in high-frequency trading. So this is a bit different of an application. Those were all rack CDU applications. This is our internal loop technology. So we have a pump cold plate unit on keeping the CPU cool and a heat exchanger here. So we're making the air cooling much more efficient. Important because high-frequency trading is all about making trades faster, and this is, to do that, they overclock their CPUs. So overclocked CPUs run even hotter than standard CPUs, and so you have to keep them cool. But they're all in co-location, so we can't bring water in from the outside, so we have to optimize the air.
This is totally self-contained with the liquid flow then, eh?
Yeah? Yes, totally self-contained.
Excellent.
We've also have a couple of regional OEMs to talk about. Format is a European regional. They've deployed a system at UMCS, and they have another installation ongoing in Poland. So we're excited to have them. They're using Intel PCSD servers. This is a Taylor pass system. And then our very first deployment was with Aspen Systems at NREL. That's been in service for 2.5 years now. And that's at NREL's ESIF data center, which is an all-liquid cooled data center. Pleased to say that they've come back and started to buy more equipment from us, so good validation. I actually talked to Steve Hammond, who's the director there, to ask why he chose to go with more Asetek systems, and he said it's because it's real easy to install and it just works. So that was great validation. I was real pleased that Steve said that.
Yeah, and their mission's all about sustainability, so they're walking the walk here. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, Steve, I've got some deployments here. Who do we have at this one?
Yeah, so University of Tromsø is a university north of the Arctic Circle. They can throw away heat all day long, but they also have a full-time need for heating students and faculty. So what they're doing is deploying our system for waste heat recovery. They deployed an initial system about 1.5 years ago, and then finished out the entire cluster here in May. So good utilization of our liquid cooling technology, and they're also doing a number of white papers to describe how the technology works in their application. So a great partner for us there at the University of Tromsø.
Terrific.
And on the Cray side, Cray's got a couple of deployments in the U.S. and some in Japan as well. Mississippi State has done 2 deployments, so they're a repeat customer. Sandia is our biggest cluster deployed so far, about 27 racks. Some interesting results coming out of Sandia. They have the luxury of having 2 clusters, one air-cooled and one liquid-cooled. And what they're finding is fewer service events on the liquid-cooled system because everything is running cooler. They're also finding that their jobs, the total flow of jobs is faster through the liquid-cooled system because the liquid-cooled system is more stable. So we're seeing, in addition to sustainability benefits, we're actually seeing some performance and service benefits by deploying liquid cooling, which is wonderful.
That's really exciting. Yeah. Okay, Steve, what are we looking at here?
So one of the things that we want to do is be prepared for our OEM customers as they develop new systems. And exciting for liquid cooling in general and Asetek is that what we're seeing is increases in power from coming processors. So this is a Knights Landing cooler. This is a 215 watt processor as opposed to the traditional 130 watt processors that we've seen in the Xeon family. So this is available. You actually can see the first implementation of this over on the Fujitsu stand in their CX300.
A lot of cores there, a lot of heat being generated by the new chip. Yeah.
And we see that overall from all the partners. So we do NVIDIA on their GPUs, and those are higher power. We see more of those going into systems. We're also cooling power systems. We showed you the power.
Yeah. So the Open Power, this is their first HPC server.
That's correct. This is the first IBM Open Power system. Mm-hmm. So we've got that implemented here at the show. And so this cooler being used by IBM here, but will be available to all the Open Power Foundation members, and we're a member of Open Power as well. So,
okay, so we've got Intel, we've got Open Power. What about NVIDIA, right, with the GPUs? What about ARM? Are you into that stuff as well?
So ARM tends to be pretty low wattage.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen a need to do that one yet.
Okay.
So 3 big messages.
Yeah.
Growing OEM partnerships, which OEMs are critical to driving the solution into the marketplace and making the solution available to HPC data centers. So we're very pleased that we're seeing a growing number of partners. We've got a growing number of installations and installations that are purchasing for a second time, which is great validation of our value proposition and those solutions. And then finally, we want to make sure that we're positioned to take our OEMs to the next level where we see increasing power demands, which we think will just drive the market for liquid cooling as we move forward.
It's great to see this moving forward so quickly. So I hope to see more next year as well.
Absolutely.